to Oklahoma High School girls basketball between the lines with my man Coach V on the Sunday night as we get ready for gobble 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 gobble. What's up, Coach V?
What's going on? You're right.
Sunday. My Cowboys are on. They already get beat, so I decided to come take a little time in the studio because I have more fun in here because I can win in here. I can't win after watching the game because my Cowboys ain't good, but my Sooners did win. We're one game away from getting to the big dance, and I'm excited, Coach. I'm excited.
Yeah, good thing about the Cowboys losing on Sundays, you got quick days. Thursday, they come back on Thursday, and they either probably lose again, but they usually win on Thanksgiving, though.
Well, Coach, they need to quit letting them play on Thanksgiving. Until they can get to a playoff game, they don't need to play on Thanksgiving Day. That should be awarded to good teams, not teams that's average. And the Cowboys right now are average, kind of like the OSU Cowboys football team. So both Cowboys
teams below average. What are you talking about? They are below average. They're about as bad as Florida State now. Florida. What about Florida last night?
Oh man, Coach. Man, that's why they're 3-7 and looking for a coach. I mean, they're looking. Everybody's throwing money out left and right like it's nothing. It's crazy how this college money, these coaches, guy gets fired from Penn State and he goes over to his new team, Virginia Tech, and they're gonna pay him $41 million. Coach, I want $25 just to do this show. We'll be good to go.
Yeah, well, I told you if you do shot clock, we may release you of your contract. You keep watching the game and mess up the shot clock, we might release you of your contract.
I don't know if anybody want me doing their shot clock, Coach. You know I'm not very talented when it comes to that kind of stuff, man. I'd be too busy watching the game, and coaches be mad at me because I'm hitting the buzzer, and it shouldn't be hitting the buzzer. But, Coach, special guest today, Coach Ryan Maloney from Choctaw High School girls basketball team, a team that's going to do some big things this year. I know he's looking excited. Had a really good game Friday night, even though he played the midnight. The game was supposed to start at 6, but they ended up playing at midnight. But, I know his girls are feeling good. I got a chance to see some of the little playback. Team looks good, Coach. I mean, I've got a chance to see him in some of the teen camps this summer. And, and got a lot of his girls back healthy. So we're going to talk to him. I think this is going to be a team that I know that we talked about in 6A that's going to make a big run for the 6A title. And they got all the pieces, and I talked about it the other day, man. They got the size, they got the speed. They got a D1 athlete that's going to go off to ORU, and he's got a chance to coach her. I think she's a quiet bucket getter. Don't see a lot of trash talking from her, but just a really good around player. And then they got a family member on my team on that team, Navarro. I think she stepped her game up. Love to see my little cousin do the things she's doing. She's starting to get recruited and go on some visits and. They got some girls over there. The little girl that hit, I think it's Lennox or
Lyric.
I'll mess up names, Coach. I tear them up. But like her, she's a great 3-point shooter. So he got the pieces. He does. He got the pieces. And all these girls are coming around. Freshman Peyton, Michaela. They got a little bit of everything, Coach. And we'll let Coach Malone talk about what he got and his chances of it in the Big 6A this year. Because everybody got PC North. Slotted to win it, but hey, Coach said, "Hey, wait a minute, that's Yellow Jackets will sting you real quick," and that's what it's all about, Coach. So let's bring him to the show. Let's bring him on. What's up, Coach?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me. Big fans of the show. I love the platform for girls basketball in this state. I know you guys love it, and it's good to see it get a little bit more exposure. So thanks for having me, and I appreciate you guys doing what you do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. We really appreciate good, kind words, man. When me and Vic started this show about a year ago, man, it was kind of, what can we do with it? I had Keep It 100, but, it was only going so far. I looked at the platform. I was trying to do girls, boys, and everything on Keep 100, and we got to talking and said, hey, man, let's put this together. And so far, it's been really fun. We get to reach girls from different parts of the state, and that's what makes it fun because, we can sit here at our house and interview young ladies from Tulsa, all over the state. And even coaches, we've had a lot of college coaches on. I've got a chance to, meet some of the college coaches, and get to know them, and get to know their programs and how each coach at a different level coach from, Division I, from the Division II to NIA to JUCO. So I think that it's helped a lot of parents. I know a lot of parents if text me and said, thank you for giving us that information. Because how to get in, what's the difference between a D1, D2, certain D2s do certain things and JUCOs do certain things. So I think we've had a chance to, get that information out to different parents and even young ladies.
Yeah, well, that's nice talk. I want to get on what's going on, what happened the other night. That's what I want to get to. I'm talking about What time did your game kick off, Coach?
Well, we were slotted for a 9 o'clock start, and we probably tipped around 10:05, something like that. So it was different, but we were prepared for that. We knew things could be running behind, so we were ready to go. It was a fun environment, fun game for the girls for sure.
Now you're on that West Coast time.
They was on the West Coast time. Well, Coach, big game the other night playing against Douglas, a team that, Coach Vick knows a lot about. Been in a 4A class. Got a lot of great athletes on that team. Got, I know Coach's daughter's getting a lot of pub for, getting recruited to different schools. I think she's got some big time offers from either Houston, Missouri, and even Oklahoma State, I think. But, you got a D1 prospect of your own on your team. But, what was it like going against her? Because she can shoot deep out. What did you guys kind of do to kind of body her up and, keep her from going off really big time?
Well, it's tough. I mean, she is a really good shooter, and yeah, she comes off screens extremely well. And if you don't have a body there waiting for her, ready to switch off, which we ended up having to do, she stepped back and made us pay, especially in the third quarter. She got going. Looking at the book here, she had 10 in the third quarter. So we tried to zone a little bit, and that didn't work out very well. And they popped up on us pretty good. So you got to have somebody ready to switch off and make her at least take contested shots or drive the basketball and take contested pull-ups. But she's a handful. She's a good player. A good girl.
Coach V, he's breaking up a little bit. I don't know if he's in the.
Yeah, he's in the gym. He looks like he's in the gym.
Oh, he's in the gym?
I think so. Looks like me, background. Or maybe
Coach, can you hear us real good? I know you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yeah. Well, like he talks about, I think the young lady, is it Justice, Coach? Is that her name for Douglas?
Justice Woods, yeah.
Justice Woods, like I said, big time player. I think she just a sophomore.
28, yeah, she's 28.
Just a sophomore, one of the top players in in the state of Oklahoma in the class. But when you start looking at this young lady, man, she's already got a lot of offers, and what she's doing, with her game. And, like I said, the Choctaw is a team that's in 6A, Coach. And, we've kind of talked about that's a really good team. I know Coach is trying to get to a spot. He probably had practice, going on get some game film. And it's that time, Coach. You guys live in the gym. Y'all sleep in there, have cots in there and refrigerators and food and snacks and all that.
I got a cot now. What are you talking about? I brought my cot in.
Yeah, you got your cot in there. So, I mean, it makes for a long night. So, eventually, you guys are gonna be in there studying, getting ready for games, and stuff like that. Is he ready to come back on, Coach?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
He's on here. Let me see. We got him right here. There he is. I brought him back. I think I had it on.
There he is.
Can you hear us, Coach?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. You must be standing outside the gym on a light pole or something out there getting reception.
Hey, on that next bond money, you better tell them to get y'all some new poles, man. I mean, all that money they got there in Choctaw, they got to get them some new poles out there. I feel like we out there in Powahowski. Powahowski had towers like that with my girl Brooklyn Miles. Coach, can you hear us?
A little bit. Yeah, you're a little.
I don't know, Coach. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I can hear you pretty good, Tony.
I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you good. Yeah. He's breaking up bad though.
Gone again.
But like I said, we'll keep talking though. But like I said, Choctaw comes in the district with Choctaw, Edmond Memorial, Lot Nike, Mustang, Norman. Norman North, PC, and PC West, a team that was at the championship 2 or 3 years ago, and they've kind of fell off a little bit. I know UConn had a game against the other night, beat up on them pretty bad, and then you got Westmore, a team that I think that it could be dangerous. I mean, if you're looking at that district, you're looking at Choctaw and Westmore fighting for to win that district. I know Edmond Memorial still got some players, but they're not like they were when you lose 2 young ladies to go off and play at Oregon and Utah. It makes a big difference. I think both of those. I know the young lady is getting some games. The Williams young lady, I think she's getting some game for the Oregon Ducks. So That's good though. That's good to
Yeah.
see a freshman is getting game at a young age. And I think the young lady that went over to Michigan is getting some game from Michigan too. I know she got in the other night. And
I watched a little bit of the game, but I didn't see if she got in or not.
hey, she played against North Carolina. I think she had a steal, she had a turnover. So she had her name in the books. I think she played about 2 minutes, and but she got her name in the books, coach. So all that matters. She got a chance to check in.
It's a start.
Huh?
I mean, it's a start. I mean, you got to work your way in
and keep scrapping and waiting to get some game. And then the more you get out there and do good things, the more the coach is going to trust you and put you in. I mean, I'm seeing it with the freshmen now, Coach, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been, 4 or 5 scrimmages this year. And I'm watching, people can talk about AAU basketball. I know me and you talked about this offline. You can talk about AAU basketball all you want, folks. But high school basketball is a big difference. High school basketball does get you ready for college because, one, we talked about this yesterday, Coach. AAU basketball, you don't really get the chance to, get film. I mean, unless you're probably in a big-time tournament and you're scouting a team. But, high school basketball, you get a chance and your staff or somebody on your staff gets to go back and recruit what Zoe Johnson can do. She goes right, she goes left. What's her favorite spot and find a way to take away that spot. Just like every other coach, Coach Ritchie, Coach Banks, those guys, they have their coaching staff. Hey, let's look at this, man. They know films. They know where your shot's at, how your shot was off. So I give it up to high school coaches because it is a lot of work, man. I mean, you talk about football coaches, they prepare for 1 game, but you guys got to prepare for 2 games in a week. And sometimes if you're in a tournament, 3 or 4 games. So I give kudos to you guys because, I mean, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of time. I mean, putting stats in and everything you got to do and game plan for your next couple of teams. So it's big time. It really is.
I think the difference we talk about, the difference is you take a kid that you don't see many in the AAU if you're at a certain level. You don't see many role players.
No.
And you don't see a kid that's willing to take a role on. I mean, they're out to get theirs, and rightfully so. I mean, you're trying to get a scholarship. That's why you're out there.
Yes, sir.
And so – they're not going to get a guy. I mean, if they're a team player and they only get 1 point and 6 rebounds, I don't know if that's going to draw any attention. So, that's the evil of that stuff is that they got to have a little me ball in there. Same thing as showcases. I tell my kids, you go to these showcases. They're used to driving and kicking, and making the right decisions.
Yes, sir.
When you go to a showcase, you got to go to the hole, and you try not to look bad at doing it, but it's just a different deal. In school ball, I've got a shooter out there that probably can just do them at shoot, spot it up, kick it out. And so I think that's the big difference you see in team ball on school is that you have scouting reports. A team gets to practice all the time. I can remember when I did AU, even at the EYBL, I didn't see Tony Johnson until the plane landed in Minnesota. And I ain't seen him in 2 weeks. He never came to practice, because he lived somewhere else or whatever's going on. So I think that's the difference is you're scouting, you're more continuity. You see more continuity as a high school team compared to an AAU team. So it is a different level. I don't know many kids in AAU ball willing to take charges.
Yes, sir.
In high school ball, they're taking charges. I mean, it's just a different deal. I mean, I've got kids that probably could not make an elite team, but you put enough of those kids together and they might be able to beat some really good teams. I mean, and so it's not always what's on paper when you get to the high school level.
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, it's more run and gun at the AU level. There's a lot of screens going on. I mean, there's times that some girls are fighting off 3 or 4 screens to try to get to their shooter. And if you screen right, it's going to be able to leave that shooter open. I mean, I know Shawnee did a good job of that the other night. Coach Whitney, she did a really good job, trying to get her shooters open and our girls having to fight off the screen. So it has made a big difference. And kids can get frustrated because, you're not going to get those easy shots that you get in AU. You're not going to get those little easy layups and buckets like that. I mean, I tell you right now, my kid is, freshman ball, yeah, she's getting them, but in the varsity game, she's not getting those easy layups. She had one the other night. And they got slapped in the stands of somebody got hit in the forehead. The girl slapped it out so hard, but hey, that's just part of the game, though, Coach. You got bigger, faster young ladies. You're playing against women that's 17, 18. Some can be 19 years old, going on 19 years old. Did we get him back, Coach? We got him back.
I don't know. I texted him to see if he get back on, but I didn't get a reply yet.
Oh, okay. But like I said, it's a big difference, though, between, you can talk about freshman ball to varsity ball. I mean, JV, you might get a little bit, some girls that's just learning the game. But varsity, when you step on the court of varsity ball, you're going to have 5 to 6, 7 girls that can play, that's played at the highest level, and they've been probably playing for a couple years together. So that makes a big difference. When you had teams that's played together for a while, they're going to know what each other's at. Coach, can you hear us? Can we add him back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's back in, and let me see.
Coach Gears?
Let me see. Let me see if I can add him.
There he is. Hey.
Gears?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Well, Coach, we're gonna ask you a couple of questions. I ain't gonna try to hold you up too long. I know it's already kind of frustrating. I know you're trying to, do the show, and sometimes it happens like that. But I want to ask you, one of my questions I want to ask you. I know you've been coaching for a while. You won the state championship with Ana Lanusa on the team. But how have you changed your coaching style in the last few years? As the game goes on, you get different girls, different kind of styles. What have you done to change your coaching style? It seems like you get out and run a little bit more than you used to.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it kind of depends on your personnel. Luckily for us this year, we're going to be able to get up and down a little bit more. I think when we press and look to pick up full court, it's going to help us get easier buckets. But we've just kind of moved around due to our personnel, and depending on how deep we are and how many players and what positions, we're a little faster. So we can be a little more aggressive, and we're deeper this year, so we can get up and guard a little bit and not worry so much about foul trouble.
So how deep are you going, Coach? I know you got quite a few girls this year. How deep are you going to go on the bench this season?
We put 9 in against Douglas in our opener, and there's still a couple more options that we're willing to look at. So we could play from anywhere from 11 to 8 per game, depending on the situation.
Well, Coach V, you don't go that deep, do you, Coach V? Coach V trying to go 4. Coach, he only trying to play 4 girls.
Oh, whatever.
This ain't
I might have 4 girls by the time we get done fouling everybody out.
Early seasons, always foul trouble.
Oh, well, I told mine the other day, Coach, I said, you know what? You got to understand, a week from now, fouls are really going to count.
Yeah, I had a poor freshman figure that out pretty quick the other night.
Yeah, I mean, and I tell you, Coach, it's funny that you say that, because one thing that we learned over the summer, Coach Richie kind of told Zoe, when you play that AU ball, they let you hand check and bump and touch and all that. And when these girls get into high school basketball, it's a totally different style. And if you're doing that, man, like you said, you have 3 quick fouls. So we've had to learn that in my house, is that, hey, you can't get up on them. I know you're an aggressive defensive player, and defense is your deal, but you gotta see what kind of ref you got. If you got a ref that's calling touch fouls, guess what? You're gonna get a bunch of these buzzers. You're gonna they're gonna buzz you out, get you out the game. But I know exactly what you're saying on that. I know Peyton, a young freshman, great player for you, that's getting some varsity minute. That's really good when you can get a freshman in the game, and she got a lot of length and a lot of size, so I know she's helping the team a lot. But Coach, your team is driven by your star point guard. What's it been like coaching her? I don't want to say her name because I might jack it up. What is it, Coach? Say it for me one time.
Miss Aaliyah Duvall.
Yes, sir.
She's been an absolute pleasure. The fun thing about Aaliyah is just how happy and excited she is to play basketball and come to work every day. She's a pass first point guard that is extremely skilled in that role. And this year we're having to move her around a little bit, so she's playing some 4. She played some center the other night when we go small. So she's on a learning curve right now too. But she's always going to be strong passing the ball and finding open teammates. And that's where it's been really nice to add your pieces like Peyton and Essence Curry that can come in, Lyric Gillespie, scores that could really thrive off of her pass first mentality. But she's a great kid and a good worker, and it has been an absolute pleasure. She's a 3-year from now, 4-year starter for me. So she's a great kid and has a great future ahead of her.
No, I mean, that's why the reason ORU came and got her, Coach. I know she had a lot of D2 offers, and that ORU came from nowhere, and got a chance to talk to Coach Anderson offline, and he just said they really liked her, man, and they were glad to get her. I know they're expecting big things when she gets up there to Tulsa, to ORU, and get a chance to play up there. But like I said, she's a great player, and you talk about her passing. She kind of reminds you a little bit of Magic Johnson, man. She makes some passes. She's not even looking at you. You're like, how did she make that? But just a good all-around player, great. Can really get to the bucket too, and develop her jump shot. So, and a hard worker. I know she puts a lot of time in with Matt Thomas. I know she trains with him, but just a chance. I got a chance to watch her. When she's in 8th grade, and now she's a senior, but just a young lady that loves the game and plays the game the right way. Always, like I said, like you said, it's always good to coach a young lady that has a smile on her face and not out there pouting. That goes a long way. Makes your job easier as a coach. So, but looking for big things, Coach. I know we kind of talked about your district a minute ago. You come in this year in your district, you got Choctaw, you got Edmond Memorial, you got Lawton Eisenhower, you got Mustang, you got Norman North, you got PC West, and then Westmore. How do you feel about that district, Coach? It's a pretty tough district, and you only got 8 spots that can go to the state. How are you feeling about your district?
It's an exciting district. I think we're excited to compete in it. I know that Katie Bass over there at Mustang will be in the mix, and Emma Andrews, new coach at Westmore now, and has all that talent over there. And then you're right, you got your Edmond Memorials and your Norman North. Norman North has a new coach now, so Coach McCoy. So it's an interesting setup, but it's going to be a very competitive district. And there's a lot of teams. If you have a bad night, you're going to drop one. So we got to be prepared and ready to go every night. And district play has been such a nice switch for Class 6A, just because you don't have to worry so much about, like the other night playing Douglas. That's a tune-up game for us, and then you just decided on the floor in your district games for playoff seeding. So it's going to be pretty competitive, our district.
So,
Well, a couple
go ahead,
things, Coach. On your district that you have this year, a couple of years ago, you rolled through district, and we talked a little bit, and I won't say it wasn't as strong, but you had a good team, and it didn't prepare you, thought, for playoffs. I think your district you're in now is pretty seasoned. I mean, you're going to have, you got Mustang, Westmore, and, a couple others in there really good. You think that's a good, I mean, you may take a couple of hits, but it's better than what you had when you didn't go through. You agree on that?
I mean, I think our district every year has been pretty competitive. We got sent east a couple of years ago, and that was pretty difficult just with the challenges of going new places and seeing new teams. But I thought it was competitive. And then last year, when you're staring at Norman and PC North 4 nights out of the week, that's going to wake you up pretty quick. So I think our districts have been very challenging. I think this one has a lot of parity in it. You look at Mustang being kind of that returning team from the state title game, and then I think everybody else has a pretty good shot to make noise in it. So I think it'll definitely prepare us. And then our tournaments we're going to, we played in the Douglas thing the other day, and then we're going to go up to Bixby next week, where I think we're the 5 seed. So we got a lot of work to do, and it's going to be a fun, competitive year.
So, Coach, you talk about you go to Bixby next week in the tournament. Who's all in that tournament for somebody to seat you number 5? I need to talk to that committee and make sure they're okay.
Well, it's a good tournament. It's Bixby, Fort Smith Northside, Lincoln Christian, Sepulpa, us, Piedmont, and I think a JV team's in it, and then Tulsa Webster. So it's going to be a big time challenge for us. But like I said, it's not a district thing, so we just want to go play tough teams. Hopefully, we want to go right so we can get 3 great games that weekend, and we'll get better. I know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is the one thing about district play in 6A now is you don't have to worry so much about the competition you play non-district. Like, going back to even we're in 4A, I mean, a game like that, you can go to a tough tournament, but if you drop 2, it may come back to bite you later on. And then maybe 2 good games. Or even worse, I've had to go out of state and play in a good tournament and got beat by a really good team, but nobody has seen that team. And they kept holding it against me. It was a loss. So I do like the thing that you're going into, because now I think in tournaments it allows you to travel a little bit more and play competition.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, back 3 years ago, every scrimmage, every summer league game, everything you did, you had to be on the highest point you could be, because those coaches are out there looking at you, ready to rank you. So it allows us to do a lot more, be a little more free, don't be worried so much, and then play some depth and get some people ready to go. So it's been really nice.
That's good stuff, Coach. I got to ask, a couple of other coaches. I got to say, what goals have you set for the team for this year? Like I said, I know you guys you're kind of senior heavy, but what's some of the goals you had set for the girls this year going into the season?
Well, we want to just come out and have good practices has been our focus in preseason. Now coming in, starting our regular season, simple stuff like that gets forgotten too often, where you come out and get complacent and you're apathetic about practice. So we're trying to go hard every day, and that's kind of one of our things right now. But for our overall goals for the team, we want to compete for a district title. We want to go right in every tournament and play 9 great games in our tournaments. We want to challenge for a district title and host the playoff. You got to be top 2 to host your playoff. And then from there, we want to be at our peak playing great basketball by playoff time. And we want to fight to get in and possibly have a chance to compete for the state title.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach V?
How many years you been there, Coach?
This is year 21, Coach.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
Jeez. Well, we looked at your team and from top to bottom, is this one of your better teams you've had, depth-wise, athletic-wise, and almost skilled at every position that you've had in your 21 years there?
It's definitely one of the deeper teams I've had. It's still to be determined, Coach. We're in our early stages here of our gameplay, and I definitely have a lot of talent. We haven't played together a ton. When you're looking at my team, we have 2 returning starters, so everybody else is very new. So it's still up in the air, but they have the talent and the ability to be one. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So, Coach, you talk about, your guard play. You got 3 excellent guard. You talk about, your star player, but then you look at Navarro. Then you had Eston Curry. I know they came over last year, but she was hurt. Now you get a chance to have her this year, and I know she brings good defense and a great outside shooter. What's it been like, getting a chance to coach her and Navarro, along with, some of the other young ladies you have on the team?
I love Anaya. She's been, of course, in our program for years, and I've known her since she was little. And she's a motor kid that never gets tired and always stays sharp. And she's had some really good scrimmages and had a good game against Douglas, where she was highly effective. We just got to get her more aggressive and wanting to shoot the ball a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Essence Curry, she's been a great kid, great teammate. She's battled some injuries, poor thing. She had her nose fractured the other day in the Yukon scrimmage.
I saw that.
She's been battling that, and then of course coming off the other injuries she's had. So she's finally getting to step out there. That was one of the happiest moments for us, was actually getting to see her compete in gameplay this weekend. So yeah, she can really shoot the ball, and having Aaliyah so much attention that she gets on her and being able to kick to her, it's going to help us out tremendously.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But Coach, I'm excited for you to watch your team play. I mean, that's a big win the other night. I think, obviously playing and we getting that win at Douglas. It shows that you're athletic. You got an athletic team that can probably go both ways as far as setting it down, slowing it down. So you can play the half court and you can play the up and down, which I think makes you a dangerous team once you get more continuity together. Like I said, you only have 2 returning starters, and so you've got some pieces there. But I like the versatility that your team has, and it showed it last night that it can go either way. It can go more of a execute, which I've seen you play in the summer, and then run your offense. And I've seen you when you had to hook it up, then you hook it up and get full court on them. So I do like that about your team this year, Coach.
Yeah, that makes it fun to have all those pieces and all those different ways you can play, where you're not just relying on one way. It's going to be fun to see. I think the fans are going to enjoy it this year for sure.
Now, you going to be able to withstand all this 3-point shooting they're doing now, Coach?
Hey, if they make them, put them up. Put them up.
Coach said, as long as they make it, he don't care. The fans will be cheering either way.
I just know, I've seen your teams play, so it's a little different sometimes when you have the kids that you have this year compared to what you've had, because you've always had shooters, but not as many. So it's kind of, that theory, I'm open, Coach. I'm like, yeah, you are. That's right. You are open, but you have 5 kids that can fire it up, though. So they're fun to watch.
They are. Now, don't get me wrong. We've had plenty of discussions about shot selection, early clock, and these are things we'll continue to develop throughout the year. But when it comes down to it, kids like Lyric, you just got to let them be them. And when they're open, heat it up, and let's go win some games.
Let's go. She's always open, Coach. That's her middle name. I'm open. But Coach, I gotta ask you.
She'll knock them down too. She's clutch.
She will. She's a great shooter. Coach, I gotta ask you though. Can you talk about some of your young players that you have come into camp? Some freshmen, sophomores, or any move-ins that's going to help you this upcoming season?
Sure. I mean, you talk about youth for us. You first look at Peyton Braggs, our freshman. She's starting for me right now at the 3. She's a kid with a tremendous upside that is learning a lot right now. Had a tough opener, but came back our next game and played pretty solid. I think she led us in scoring or was right there. Played a lot more composed on the defensive end, and that's a great thing about her is she can guard too. She's tall, she's long, she can rebound. One of our better
Yeah,
rebounders.
she's a
So
good rebounder.
she's a good player. In our sophomore class, our 6th, 7th man coming off the bench is McKenna Austin. I think you guys seen play a little bit.
Yes, sir.
She is lightning fast and has a motor. She can run. So she's one of those ones we can throw in and tell her to guard anyone full court, and she can wreak some havoc on everybody. Shots
Mhm.
getting better, decision making's getting better. So she's going to be fun to watch too, and part of that kind of next wave for the Choctaw Yellow Jackets.
No, she's done a good job. Had a big time 3 the other night in the game. Like you said, you talk about her defense. I've had a chance to have my daughter play alongside her some summer ball, but really, really quick. Tell she's getting better with the ball handling. And like you said, the shot selection. Sometimes I think she's her biggest critic. Sometimes she's too fast when she's doing for her layups, and not that she's trying to. No kid's trying to miss them, but sometimes they just go too fast. But you can tell that she's gotten better over the weeks and months. That from summer to now. She looks really good. I thought she looked really good. She shot the 3. The rotation on it was really good. Big time 3 you needed. You're down the game, and she comes down and knocks down. And that's what you want from a young player. That gives them the most confidence when they can do those kind of things, go down and knock down the shot and help the team win. Being in there, people always tell people it ain't who starts the game, it's who finished the game. And sometimes as parents, even myself, we got to learn that. We think our baby's got to start every game and play every minute. But, that's why you get paid the big bucks to coach. You and Vic both because y'all been doing it for so long. So you know what you're doing. You're not going to – I don't think no coach going to the game and say, you know what, man, I think I'm going to try to lose this game tonight. I don't think that happens. So sometimes as parents, we got to sit back and just trust the process and let you guys do y'all's job. And that's why y'all do it. And that's why, you both has won a state champion at some point in time you're coaching. So, and I know you guys are looking to try to win another one. So, kudos to both of you guys, man, and y'all's coaching, because I know it's a tough job. You got parents like myself and other parents. We like to do a lot of griping and like to be the assistant coach from the stands. And we have no idea what's going on. So I'd like to give you both kudos on that, though.
Appreciate it.
I don't know about Coach Vick, but it sure helps having great assistants.
That's
And
what I was
that's
going to ask you,
something I've
Coach.
had.
I was going to ask you, your assistants have been with you for a while. Let's talk about your assistants. And one has been with you for a while that I know of, and the other one played for you. And I've got one that came back, and I guess I'm old, so I got one that came back to be my assistant. But I can tell you, that's the first time I've ever had somebody come back that's played and come back to coaching. It's pretty nice.
It is fun. I've really enjoyed having Anna come back. She's, of course, Choctaw royalty, and to have her back here and, be such a special person in my life to come back and work with me again, just to reconnect was awesome. But she's great with the girls and brings that skill level work that she's learned collegiately, which really helps our girls. But my other 2 assistants, Brian Spradlin's been with me for my whole head coaching career, and Taffy Harmon's been here, I think, 10 years now. So that continuity where we just know each other, and it really helps the program run through these years. And I couldn't do it without them. If they go, I go. So we're on a contract together.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But Coach Maloney, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I know we didn't get to see your handsome face, but we got to hear your voice. I mean, people always try to tell me I got a voice for, I got a face for radio. So, but glad you come on and hang out with us, and talk Choctaw girls basketball. You're one of the teams that me and Vic have highly ranked up there in the Class 6. I know everybody's giving PC North the gold ball, but you got to go play the game. You got to go play, 32 minutes of the game and find out who can win it. And I think you guys have a really good shot to get a chance to get in there and play them or play whoever for the title. Like I said, there's a lot of good teams out there, but I think what you got and the pieces you have, and like I said, you're only going to get better, especially when you can go 11 deep and you got that depth. A lot of these teams are going to run into that don't have that kind of depth, so it's going to make it tougher when they get into tournaments and and you're playing so many different games and different nights. It can be a bear on your body. So Congratulations and good luck to you this season, and go take care of business. I know the boys. The boys football team won one last year, and I know you'll love to get another one. Lavana was one of your coaches, and so I think it'd be great for you and her and the rest of the staff in the team.
Well, boys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the platform. And like I said, it's fun seeing Oklahoma girls basketball get more exposure because there's some good players, great teams, great coaches, and it's something to be celebrated in the state. How great basketball is. So let's have a great year and let's go make some noise. Coach Vick, good luck, man. I'll
Same
see
to
you
you, Coach.
around. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Coach.
Coach. Good luck to you this season.
Yeah,
Take care.
bye.
All right, bye-bye. But folks, that's Choctaw's head coach, basketball coach. I know we didn't get to have his face up there, but he has pictures up there, so you still got to hear. But Coach V, big things for Choctaw girls basketball. They got the pieces. He's going 11 deep, Coach. That's pretty deep.
He got depth. I mean, it's young, and we talk about you talk about the Austin kids. That girl's going to play hard, and then the freshman, and like I said, we saw him at OBU and team camp, and I think he proved last night against Douglas that he can run athletic if he has to. And that's something that I won't say that he hadn't had, but not that deep at it. I know that from the couple of teams I've seen in a couple of years. So I think that's what you have to have when you talk about that bar is going to be up there with Putnam North and Tulsa Union and teams like that. I mean, those teams were athletic. I mean, and you got to be able at some point in time, you got to be able to go up and down. I mean, you can try to hammer it inside and slow it down and run a 5-on-5 game, but at some point in time, it's going to get up and down 94 feet.
No, Coach. I mean, you're exactly right, man. I mean, you start talking about playing Aaliyah at the 5, an athletic young lady. I think she's about 5'9", 5'10", very athletic. So you get her down there and start going against some big girls and get them in foul trouble. Then you got some young ladies that get up and run. Peyton. He's right about Peyton. She might lead 6'8" in rebounds. I mean, she's a big young lady, very long. She might be about 5'8", but her wingspan probably puts about 6 foot. Then you start looking at Navarro, a young lady that's got more confidence in her shot, very athletic and get to the hole. You start talking about Essen Curry, a young lady that's really was known for her defense when she's at Carl Albert. She's got hit by the injury bug, knock on wood. Love to see her finish this year. I think if this young lady don't get hurt, she has a lot of more big offers. I think by the time the season's all said and done, she's going to be able to do some big things for the team and help them. She was still over here at CA with us, but, sometimes you got to do other things. But like I said, wish her the best of luck. And you look at that team. He got a couple of bigs. I know we didn't mention them, but he got 3 big girls on the team that, I know one of them's maybe a sophomore, junior. I think she's developing, but you can put her in the game and grab rebounds, things like that. So he got some talent over there. I mean, they're not going to come up short. I don't think they're going to back down from PC North. The guy's been coaching a long time. I mean, when you start putting him and the staff together and you start putting things together, I tell people all the time, you got to go play the game before you give a trophy to anybody, man. You can't just say, well, this person's going to win. I mean, it kind of put the platform. Yeah, Choctaw 6A, but Douglas probably got better athletes, but he can coach. You start finding a way to shut down the Justice young lady and take her out of her game and throw different formations at her, different zones and mans at her. So it kind of takes him off the game, and he can do that. So can the staff, and especially when you got a young lady that played at OU just a few years ago. She's seen everything thrown at her when she was in college. So she brings a lot to the table and helping him. Set these sets up for these girls. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, if you had to have me pick this district, like I said, you got Choctaw, Edmond Memorial, Lodnike, Mustang, Norman, Norman North. Callan's a good coach. He's going to have some talent. He's going to be able to get up and down the court. And you look at PC West is a team that, they played UConn the other night and didn't do a very good job. I think UConn beat them probably about 40, but they're still, still trying to survive what they lost a few years ago when their coach left and took another job. But Westmore, I think Westmore is a team that, we all talk about. They got one of the best players in the state that's committed to go to Arkansas with her little sister. So I think if they can get all that put together, that district's going to be tough. You're fighting for, 8 spots, 4 on this side of the state and 4 on the other side of the state. And there's a lot of talent, a lot of talent.
Well, the thing we talk about, I like the district thing compared to let's say college football, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say you just went by your conference only. Then you can go out and schedule some non-conference games that matter. I mean, you can go out and schedule big-time games. You want to go out and play Ohio State. It doesn't matter because it's going to go down to your conference. But now that you don't see those games in the 3 or 4 games they get out of conference, they play somebody that they're going to beat because you know what? Those losses matter. Even a close game's a loss. It's a no-win situation. So, you talk about 6A now. Now he can go out and he can go play in that Bixby tournament. He can play the Douglas Southern American. It's a win-win. He's going to play competition to get him ready for his district because his district is tough. So he's going to go out and play Bixby. He's going to go out and play somebody like maybe Tulsa Union or whoever else is down there, Lincoln Christian. They're not going to hurt him. They're only going to help him.
No,
and if he wins like he did the other night, that's a win-win deal for him. So, I like that format that they go to because I can tell you in 4A, we worry about every game, because it matters because who's looking, because it's all about who votes and how you vote. Right there, it's clear cut and die. It's clear cut. It's going to be settled on the court. In 5A, it doesn't matter. You want to go undefeated. You want to win your conferences, but you better make sure you beat the El Renos and whoever else is in your district. That's the games that matter.
You got Guyman, so you got a lot of good teams. Guyman's a team that if you get on that bus and you fall asleep and you don't wake up when you get there, guess what? You come home with a loss. And it's a team that you can call it a trap game, but Mirac's gonna be tough. They got some good players over there. Some young ladies have moved in. You got Promise that moved in over there from PC. She's probably healthy, playing good ball right about now. You got Brooklyn over there, the point guard, and just a freshman. She's going to have some bumps and bruises like any other freshman, but, you start getting her later in the season when they're not freshmen no more, they're sophomores. We played them later on. We played them like January the 30th and then the last game of district. Both games, I'm telling you right now, you better get your popcorn early and you better get your seat early because it's going to be packed, folks. I'm telling you, everybody going to shut down Midwest City. Coach called it back in the summer. He said, you need to play both teams. You need to play Dell City. You need to play Midwest City. Andy Collier, you got to make it happen because you're going to make money doing it because I'm telling you, everybody want to see the show. Dell City's out there doing their thing. Coach White said she's ready. She took a loss the other night, but she played against the prep team, Coach. These teams are going out there playing against good players. What did you just say? You play the good teams now.
You can do that in 5. You can do that in 5A and 6A.
Yes,
you
sir.
can do that. It's not going to hurt you. You're still 0-0 in district.
Yes, sir.
0-0. And I like what Coach is doing. He's going out. He's playing tough competition. He's trying to get 9 tough games to prepare him for his district that would put him in a situation to be one of the top teams in his district. And that's
Coach, he can do that because he can go 11 deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of teams can't go 11 deep, Coach. He can get away with it. A lot of teams can't go no more than 6 deep or 7 deep. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to UConn. Coach Roy gets 2 wins, coming off a win against they beat PC, then they beat Western Heights. I think Harris had a pretty good game. CJ posted numbers up on her. We want you guys to send those numbers out so we can talk about them. I think she had a really good game. 14 one night, 19 the other night. Paige and then and the rest of some of the other girls both had good names, a good game. So folks, send those to us. But we still need you to like and subscribe. We're sitting at 236. Season's about to start 2 weeks away. We need you to like and subscribe. We want to be at 300 by the time the season starts. We got different shows. Coach got the Fresh Show. He got the Combat Kid. I love that show, folks. We are working on something big with that because, we're trying to get a big-time sponsor on it, and I'm going to go try to make it happen next week. Hopefully we can get about the first of the year. We're trying to get some orthopedic surgeries to come join us because when kids get hurt, we want you to go somewhere and find out, go to the right person to get fixed up. So me and Coach is working on that. But if you hear the show and you want to be part of the sponsor, let us know, man. We're doing it for a pretty good price, but you're going to be on the show. We're going to talk about your company. We're going to put your logos up. Want a big shout out to Triple Elite. My man Chris Crawford with BSN for what they do. Chaos on the Keep It 100 show. We want to thank everybody that with what they do and they helping us with the sponsorship. Keep It Triple Elite and BSN has helped us get our gear. We Jordan up. Oklahoma high school girls between the lines, folks. We got our own gear. If you want some merch, let us know. We'll get you on some merch too. But like I said, man, I'm excited, Coach. We're a week away. I know you got a big scrimmage tomorrow. You got over at McLeod and who else?
We're McLeod.
Okay, you got
McLeod, and you know what? My girls are ready to play, but you know what they're ready for?
Coach, you ready to
Abilene Rose. Abilene Rose. That's what they talking about. I said,
yeah,
like the game. They're gonna play. hard so they can go eat Mexican later.
That's nothing wrong with that, Coach. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to feed them. They play good, you feed them. They don't play good, don't feed them. You can just drive right by the restaurant and say, we'll get you next time. I guarantee they want to play good. But we got another one before we close out our scrimmage play. I think we got Jinx in Coweta Tuesday night up in Jinx. So I'm going to try to make that trip and go see my baby girl in her last scrimmage. And the following week after that, Coach, we kick off the real season. We'll have Southeast, and then we'll have Guyman coming to Oklahoma City. They're gonna make that drive first. So there you go. I mean, everybody kicks off with what day is that? Was it December 6th?
December 2nd.
December 2nd. So everybody be kicking off December 2nd, and it becomes real. So Coach talked about they played Douglas, and who else did they play? Did they play somebody else too, or?
I think that was it. I think he played one game.
Okay. So that does count as a regular season game then?
Yeah, it's a regular season game.
Congratulations to them. Choctaw is they're off to 1-0. Douglas is 0-1. So it's always good to get that first win and get the monkey off your back. But like I said, good luck to all the teams, man. You know, like I said, coaches started a couple new shows, man. I love it. I love the comeback kid. I think that's something special. Had Hibbo on the other night, a very young lady, spoke really well. Coming back from some knee injuries and playing great ball. We got a chance to scrimmage her a couple weeks ago. I love the way she controls the game, the way she fights and gets her team going. That team's gonna be, I know Norman lost one of the best players in the state, went off to college in Kaylee Parks, but I think that this team's still gonna do some big things. They got a great coach again. I know they lost Mr. Parks, and he went on. He's over at SNU now, but I think the coach they got now, has coached for a long time, was on Sherry Cole's staff. So very, very, very good coach. So they're still going to be in a mix of doing big things. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do this year and some of these other teams. So, Coach, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting year. But what you need to do, Coach, you need to call Coach Ryan Maloney and say, hey, let me get that game film from Douglas. Let me get that game film for Douglas. So you know what the defense to put in. But Coach, anything else before we get out of here though?
No, I mean I'm ready. Good luck in everybody's scrimmages. Last one. Hope everybody gets out safe, has good and gets what they need to get done, and then before you know it, we'll be eating turkey.
Well, Coach, like I said, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Coach, hope we can put something up with me and you look like some turkeys. But good luck to all the high school teams that's playing this coming Friday night. Semifinals. They're only playing classes 5A, 6A1, and 6A2, and then some of the smaller schools. So good luck to all the teams on this side of the state that's going to have a chance. Choctaw Yellow Jackets, Carl Albert on this side of the state. Both got a chance to go try to get a gold ball. Carl Albert's looking for number 20. Choctaw's looking for number 2. So good luck to all those teams, man. And the biggest thing is make sure every young lady stay healthy this season. I knock on wood for you because it's got too many babies getting hurt, man. I want to see you guys finish your career. It's tough these days, man. You work so hard to get there, and then you end up having a small injury to set you back. So biggest thing is, try to stay healthy as much as you can.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. I got to find my spot, Coach.
Find your spot.
Is that it? Is that the one? That's the one. There it is. Woo! Yeah. We do like to thank our sponsors, though. Coach, like I said, keep doing your thing. What you're doing with the Fresh Show. Shout out to Shelby from Dell. Got a chance to get on with Coach Vick. Go check that show out, folks. Young lady for Dell playing 6-man form. Team that's always in the championship. Always fighting to get to a championship. Shelby's a great defensive player. Worked on her shot. So big thanks for her this coming season. And then Coach will have some more pressures on. I'm looking to see some of these other freshmen, man, that's out there balling out and take care of business. So, Coach, I catch you, man. By Wednesday night, we might do something real quick for Thanksgiving Eve.
Maybe. I may be eating some stuff early. That's all I'm saying. I
ain't mad at you, Coach. I'm telling you right now. I'm a jog. That's why I worked out with Zoe today, Coach. I don't know if you see. Go watch the video. I'm sliding. I can't dribble, so I had to slide and run with the ball. I'm a football guy, so I ran with the ball, and she played defense on me that way. But hey, whatever it takes to get you better, 1% better each day. Coach, I love you. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe to Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines, the best show in high school girls basketball. See ya! Yeah.
We'd like to thank the following sponsors: Above the Line Hoops, Prep Girl Hoops, Keep It 100, And for the latest in high school girls basketball action, check out the podcast on YouTube at Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines.